Hello. Today I'd like to talk about AI generated videos in YouTube. Like a month ago, just before 2026, I put one video about me talking about AI. In that video, I was hopeful that AI generated stuff is more or less like it's all depend on the people who uses it. And the couple of days ago, maybe even a couple of days ago only, I started to notice this AI generated music video coming from Japan, for example. And it's visually very, very stunning, but it's all historical figure doing a heavy metal type of rock music. And so I was very much affected by this power of the generated music, because in one hand I really enjoyed it because this historical Japanese samurai with all the kimonos and costumes and katanas and everything, and doing rock and roll music with today's the musical instruments and the probably environment is today. And but the music itself is beautiful in a way that because I don't necessarily enjoy today's music, but I think if I enjoy today's music, this is very good music. So wow, of course this is apparently it's obvious to see those as AI generated, because the performers are historical figures. However, the quality is very good, and but still, the visual image quality is not as smooth, and lip singing was more or less like I can see not so natural there. Okay, but today I was watching another video, which is physicist Richard Feynman, and doing talks. Now, of course, this particular video is like 1960s or 70s, or maybe 1940s. No, I would say 1960s or somewhere around that time, probably. Richard Feynman, still young, good-looking young face there, and he was kind of relaxing in the chair and talking about the time or something like that, how you observe the time. And it's fascinating topics, and talks was very, very enjoyable there. And so I was kind of hooked, and I didn't know that was AI generated, but this particular talk video was keep on going, and his the way of talking, the way of speech is more or less like a consistent all through, even though the talk itself is getting longer, more than half an hour, but still maintain this particular postures, particular smiles and everything. So I started to wonder, why is it I was fooled? Is this AI generated? And so I looked up, and underneath that particular video descriptions, and it says that yeah, this is a AI generated video of Richard Feynman's, based on Richard Feynman's past, you know, the image, and also past writing. He has a lot of lecture. He has a lot of probably live recordings of at the time. He has many books written regarding the physics, or and he has this famous Feynman lecture series video, which is very popular even today, and his charisma is still very strong. So I noticed that many people like this particular AI generated video. And but I was watching, and the talks is like a never ending. and then after a while I felt like maybe kind of repetitive and kind of unnatural after a while. But for first looked at it, it is very natural looking video. The fuzzy 1950s or 60s video quality, color video quality is still there, and I would say somewhat like a historical particular visual qualities is there. So I was fooled, and all of a sudden I felt like wow, I was pretty much like more or less I enjoyed the video itself, because it's what he's talking about is very legitimate, a good talk about physics and how to perceive the times as a human being or whatever it is, and it's very enjoyable topics there. But all of a sudden I realized, wow, should I be watching this video? And yeah, so that's the reality of AI. Only like a couple of months ago I kind of started to state my opinions or whatever, but now today it's getting there without me noticing, without the audience noticing it. It's there. Oh, that's kind of I felt a little bit scary, just because it's very realistic, and that means it's fake but realistic enough to fool you that particular speech existed in Feynman's time. And that's kind of scary, because that was a lie there, right? Okay, so yeah, I have to rethink if the people, it's in a good intention, I would say, making this type of video. Is that okay? Is that okay for YouTube to upload those fake video, AI generated video? Is that okay? I really feel that yeah, just because it is fake, I think audience should know that they are AI generated. I really think so. If it's not, like people just believe whatever it says, and become like you are thrown away in the environment where everyone is lying to you. So I really think if this particular video of Richard Feynman was well made, and also, and then the description, it says AI generated, so to begin with, so it is probably square one that it's okay to do so, but as a viewers, I felt still my freedom for choosing what to watch and so forth is violated. I didn't feel well just because I was duped. And so in that aspect, I think I really appreciate that YouTube has this regulation in the title of the video. It says AI generated or AI produced or something like that, and very, very on top of the title. Otherwise, you never know until you find it yourself later. Yeah, but I was amazed how the people are making this type of video today. Very, very realistic, very legitimate type of a video that fools you. That particular thing really happened. Particular video event really happened. Yeah, I don't like that. I think when you watch when you go to the movie theater to watch movies, there's lots of I would say CGI generated image, and sometimes some of the characters are pretty much like artificial image there. But you understand that particular film is more or less made for the movie purposes, movie viewing purposes. And I feel like it's okay they are in the movie business. But why do I feel offended if I see in the YouTube? I think it's because I really felt like YouTube is a platform where people post their own creation, their own video without AI interruptions. That I really appreciate the people's talk, for example. People expressing their own mind. Exchanging the criticism for some movies or books, music. I really like that. But once you get to know that is AI generated, then I'm not sure I continuously like that kind of a YouTube channel. Yeah, because my choice of freedom is violated there. Yeah, that's very, very interesting observation coming from me as a very tiny YouTubers. Yeah, and I start to wonder how long the YouTube is going to exist in this type of a platform if AI generated video dominates, because they know they could produce better quality, they could produce more entertaining qualities. then regular people lose their own initiative to create the video. And first of all, in the beginning, I felt like, wow, that is mostly, I'm kind of interested because it's real people creating this particular video. Therefore, you are interested in that. But once you get to know that, or you don't know whether this particular video is real or not, then you start to wonder, is that okay? Yeah, good questions. And I know the YouTube itself is trying to control that particular bad quality AI generated content as much as possible today. But I don't know what the criteria that they are controlling right now. I have no idea. But the content itself become more and more sophisticated. I think this particular, everybody's platform of YouTube become like a little bit shaky, a little bit scary, maybe even. Yeah, but I'm not sure about that. I feel like it's very scary, which is, it shouldn't be existing. But in future, I'm not sure why those things executed more efficiently, more realistically, more effortlessly executed. Sending the message to the people, yeah, this is very good content. Teaching people or entertaining. Is that bad? Yeah, I'm not sure about that. As far as entertainment industry is concerned, it shouldn't be bad because entertainment itself is fake, right? A movie is mostly you are watching the movie in a movie theater on the screen. That's not real, but when you're watching the movie, you feel like you are thrown into this particular world of the cinema, and you really steep into yourself in the particular environment, which is not real. And that has been going on for a long time. So if that is the case, maybe in the YouTube also, it's okay if it's entertainment values there, if it's educational values there, and it's moralistic values there, it should be okay to do so. And I kind of halfway agree to that, except that for some reason I felt like my freedom is violated. And that particular part, I cannot I cannot get rid of it. But particular sentiments of human freedom violation or whatever, or the human rights violation, that particular thing is also very true when AI started to eliminate all the workforce in the society. people get laid off because AI is more efficient to do some task in the company. Yeah, of course that's concerning to me. Yeah, I thought, this particular speed getting into the AI generated contents is so alarming, it's so fast as well. And it's because of the deceiving quality of the particular contents. Yeah, maybe I'm old timer probably, but I can insist on, yeah, I don't want to be fooled, I don't want to be duped by this content which is a fake, even though content itself is very good contents. Don't feel well. Yeah, I think in that sense probably I grew up with very, very non-AI generated culture in my whole life, and I start to appreciate all those people in the past, historical figure as well. I really appreciate it. Like I'm talking about Richard Feynman. I really appreciated his work. I have a couple of his books. He writes well, essays and so forth. I really enjoy those books as well. So, yeah, what does that mean to violate the particular trust, maybe, and violates that you only be told the truth. Science is like that, truth and nature, natural truth that people are studying, researching, all those scientific endeavors there. And this AI thing, science is probably human ingenuity to rewrite what that particular notion that science could be fake, and in future maybe science could find some other scientific fact much more easily than human being does. If that is the case, wow, there's benefits there. However, yeah, it is kind of a scary thing. I'm so glad that I lived in this particular era where the only computer technology came when I was like 30 years old or something like that. Much later, before 30 years old, and computer wasn't that much powerful at that time. People still doing the calculation, sometimes with abacus or something like that. But calculator replaced that. And entertainment wise, movie has been here for a long time. 30s and 40s, movie business started to pick up. And so, you know, you kind of observe those things. You have been observing the changes. But I didn't feel like this ominous presence of the AI until last year, as a matter of fact. Only like a couple of months ago. You know, I didn't notice that much. But always I felt this attitude of old timers could be very dangerous for young people today, because kind of disregards young people's mind, young people's options, young people's dreams or whatever. In that sense, I shouldn't be saying this, but still, as an old timer, it's very scary. Yeah. Okay, all right. Please take a look at these sites that I mentioned in the beginning of AI generated videos listed on the list here, and try to watch this, and you like it or not.